All right, y'all, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Winners Work podcast. The NBA Finals have concluded with the Golden State Warriors winning in 6 games, and we got Carter here predicted the series absolutely correctly. John is the only person that really had a dog in the fight, so we're gonna start with you, man. You got the floor. How do you feel as a Celtics fan after this series?
Um, when the buzzer sounded, I was distraught. I was in disarray. My whole day was ruined. I didn't really know how to respond. Um, everyone kind of knew the game was over in the third quarter, or not even in the third quarter, the second quarter. So I was happy that we did make it a game. I am overall happy with the season that the Celtics just had, but I mean, I was one who was on the podcast last episode. There's literally no way the Warriors win in six, and of course they just won
He
both
said
the
it like
last two
four
games.
times.
So I
That's
don't even know.
That's tough, man. Mason, you also had the Celtics. How are you feeling about the series? How it went?
Man, my biggest comment, I was texting a friend last night who watches the pod, and I was like, I hate that Bucket's awful Warriors in five take. It was objectively a better take for Celtics in seven. Like, that ruined my night more than the Celtics losing. I don't
You
know.
can't keep
I
getting
feel
away
like
with this.
a lot of the weaknesses that the Celtics had that I thought would be okay got worse as the series went on instead of the opposite. And I was on here calling the Warriors an unserious team at the beginning of the series. But you want to know who looked unserious? Jason Tatum and a lot of the Celtics for the last two games. Jason Tatum was rough. I like Jaylen Brown a lot. I thought he had a good series, but the game before last was also not a great game. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm glad Steph got a Finals MVP. I would have rather seen the Celtics win, obviously, but if anyone deserves a Finals MVP, it's him. So I was happy about that, I guess.
Bad. Carter, man, you're the only one that got the exact prediction right with Warriors in six. How do you feel about the series? How it went?
I mean, I gotta say it went as expected. At 2-2 or 2-1, I did think it would go to seven, but that didn't happen. At 3-2, I was kind of on the fence about my switch to seven. I felt moderately confident Golden State would get it in six. Game six, I want to talk about a bit. Game six, Clay was not there, but game six, basically everybody else was. Steph had 30 or so. Poole had a stretch where he gave Golden State. They went on a 21-0 run, led by Jordan Poole, basically. Wiggins had his moments. Draymond had an actual good Draymond game. It was basically game six, everyone but Clay for that. But yeah, Steph got his Finals MVP, and we don't need to hear that argument, that awful argument anymore against him.
Absolutely. Stephen Curry dominated the NBA Finals, man. Who could have seen that coming, man? Crazy. But I have to say, the Boston Celtics really gave away Game Five. Like that's the game where you look back and you're like, Curry played like dog. He was basically. It seemed like he was paid to sell the game. I'm just gonna be honest. Like the way he was missing shots, 0 for 9 from three. Like he hasn't gone 0 for from the 3 point line in almost like I think it was over 200 games, like
Like
consecutively.
233 or something.
Some crazy stuff like that, man. So you have to win that game if you're the Boston Celtics. I do want to say, although I did have some correct takes and predictions, I want to say my apologies to Andrew Wiggins. Uh, I've had him ranked, I believe, number 8 before the series started. That's where Jason Tatum belongs. My bad, and that's where Tatum belongs after this series, man. He was the second best player in the series. Props to him. Golden State's not winning in the fashion that they did without the play of Andrew Wiggins. So shout out to him on that, man. And John, I'm sorry to say, bro, but I had to
Get the
wear
jokes off now.
I had to wear this hoodie, bro, because y'all not seeing anything like this anytime soon, bro. 17-time NBA championship hoodie, man. It's
Isn't Boston? I thought Boston had 17.
Wait, hold up. You just said, yeah. What are you talking about?
no, I'm saying
Casual.
no. What I'm saying is you're not seeing a championship hoodie anytime
Oh, like
soon.
a new hoodie.
I was back in 2008, bro.
I I could get an 08 one. Shit,
The
what you
08
talking
one?
about?
Oh, so
That
you
still counts. It
so we
still
lived
counts.
so
It
we
still
lived
counts.
that long in the past.
It still counts. It still counts. I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy, man. But confetti was going from the rafters in Boston for the first time since '08 yesterday, man. It was great to see. It was great to see.
I will say about the series, you know, my Celtics in 7 take wasn't very good, obviously, considering the Warriors won, but my player takes were pretty good. I had Clay's overrated ass way where he belonged. I had Andrew Wiggins all the way up there, who was just phenomenal. I truly believe he was in Tatum's head. Like, I don't know. I think Tatum saw Wiggins and was like legitimately afraid to go at him. So that felt good to get that right. And I'm so glad I don't have to root for this franchise anymore. It feels so good to be back in Cleveland. And Jaylen Brown, I'll come say this out publicly. If you ever want to go to a real organization, you're welcome in Cleveland anytime.
Cleveland, interesting.
Yes, sir.
I think he'd fit more in LA personally.
Okay. Right next to Westbrook.
Nah, Westbrook.
Oh, man.
Boston needs a player like Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
All right, bro.
The true
All right,
look for
bro.
Jaylen Brown.
All right.
You need a
Alright, bro.
playmaker, man. Come on,
Alright,
get
bro.
Russell. Get Russell.
Alright, bro.
Yeah,
man.
cut the turnovers
Get
down. Add Russell
just-
Westbrook. Cut those turnovers down.
There's a real point guard you need.
The team that led the playoffs in turnovers by far needs Russell
Absolutely, absolutely.
Westbrook. Bro, I'm just imagining that now. Our team with bro, that last game, our like turnover wise was the worst I've ever seen. I feel like, yeah, we had turnover problems clearly throughout the playoffs, but I always felt like it was kind of like overhyped. Obviously, it was an issue, but I didn't think it was. I thought it was just because I would give more credit to the opposing team than us having to turn. But this game, bro, like there was at least 12 to 15 of our turnovers just niggas throwing the ball out of bounds. Like I didn't even know what was going on. That's some crazy stuff.
It's a tough saying, man. Y'all are turning the ball over left and right, and Gold State definitely capitalized on that. So.
What was the stat that Tatum is the first ever
100 turnovers in a
100 turnovers
postseason.
in one postseason?
And then most, I think, surpassed LeBron, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And
It's
then-
all good, man. Get the Tatum slander out now.
Is it all good?
Get it? What you mean? What you mean?
I mean, I'm just saying, like moving forward, like
Is it supposed to be doom and gloom? Is it supposed to be?
how's the dynasty going?
Ooh.
I said they had to win. They didn't win, so it's all good. They're not going to see, but I still think that they will be back in the finals.
Yeah, I do. I will say, all seriousness, the Tatum slander is a little bit overboard. Because like my thing is when you compare yourself to, or he didn't even really compare himself. He looked up to Kobe. He idolized Kobe, whatever the case may be. Like I kind of think of it like the Devin Booker stuff from last year. It's like obviously he's not Kobe. Like we can't compare him to Kobe Bryant standards. This is the first time he's in the finals. Like cut him a little bit of slack. I think if you want to slander anything, just slander how bad he played. Like the fact that he shot like 38% from the field, the fact that he couldn't even make free throws most of the series, like those are things you can slander. But like he's not Kobe. Like okay, most of the NBA players of all time are not Kobe, so I feel like that's not really fair.
Yeah, definitely not Kobe, but we all know that it's just because he loved them. It wasn't because he thought he was Kobe. Definitely had a rough series, but like you said, the slander's a little overboard. Like Tatum's going to be back and he's going to be a great player next season. Just had a really rough finals, and you hope if he ever makes it again, he plays a lot better than that.
Yeah. I think I've seen a few times.
He'll be back.
He will.
I don't disagree with that, but I wasn't going to say he will.
All I'm
Especially
gonna
with Cleveland running the East.
say, bro, is
Darius will be back.
KD thought he'd be back with OKC too, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I mean, you never know when it's your last go, but we'll see. Carter, you were just saying something?
Yeah, I saw a few takes of Booker over Tatum as if Booker didn't do the same thing in the second round of this year's playoffs and had a couple rough games. Someone was telling me that Booker is more proven on the big stage than Tatum because he dropped 40 in the finals twice, but he also dropped 10 and 19 in the finals and has played maybe a quarter of the playoff games. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Tatum's playoff resume is already very, very good for a 24-year-old. So,
I mean, he just dropped 46 or whatever it was in the Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like the superstar takes. Like, do y'all still think Jason Tatum's a superstar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he's just above the borderline, but yeah.
John, you're hesitating over there, man.
Cause I don't like Curry. Like it's just you see players like Curry, and they just remind you it's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't really put Tatum on the same level as Steph after what I just saw. So and also I've always been one of those people who've been like the superstar is actually like a super elite club. Like you don't just call random players superstars. Curry, LeBron, KD, Kawhi, Giannis, maybe Jokic, maybe Embiid and
Okay.
Luka, but Tatum is on the outside looking in as of now. It hurts to say, but
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you could be a slightly more inclusive. Like, I feel like an MVP caliber player, is kind of what you're looking at for a superstar. I think Tatum is that. I mean, in the playoffs, we saw what he did all the way leading up to the finals. Like, outplayed Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, despite how great Jimmy Butler was. And then we saw what he did to KD. He dropped, I believe it was 46 in Game 6 against the Bucks in the second round. Go ahead.
I have a theory about KD and especially these talks specifically, bro. The way that the Celtics and KD is still folded, of course, but the way that we guarded Durant, it like I don't know how he was supposed to succeed. Like I'm not. Obviously, he turned the ball over too much. He made bad passes. But it's like we had three niggas are looking at him every time that he wanted to drive, kick, create. At the top of the key, we had like 2-3 people at the nail. So I'm not really sure how he was supposed to eat. And my theory is if Tatum was in KD's shoes, he probably would have looked just as bad. If you switch KD and Tatum, and this is hypothetical, but just based off the defensive pressure that the Celtics put on specifically KD.
Yeah, but Tatum is worse. Like, I feel like Tatum is worse than KD just in general. Like, I wouldn't say that that's like. I mean, KD's a level above Tatum, so I mean, I don't really know what that necessarily proves. Like, I mean, I don't know. Granted, you guys did defend him a little bit differently, but look at what every other superstar did against the Boston Celtics defense. And granted, you wanted to run like drop coverage on Steph or whatnot, whatever the heck y'all were doing on Steph. I still don't. It baffles me the way y'all.
The way we guarded Steph was not close to the way we guarded KD, and it's personnel reasons, it's play style reasons. Even Jimmy Butler, the way we guarded Jimmy was not close to the way we guarded KD. The only person comparable in how we guarded them would maybe be Giannis, and I think Giannis is the best player. But I'm only bringing this up because like I think it's levels to this. You said we saw what Tatum did to KD. He outplayed him, but it was really what the Celtics did to KD.
I agree.
Cramped him. Everybody, team effort. And we would have done the same to Tatum if he was in that shoes. That was the reason.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna talk about how poorly he played in the finals, we also have to talk about how he played in the previous rounds. So, I mean, it's not like
that's fair.
Brooklyn has no defenders really. So, I mean, you can't like. It was easier for him to score, but at the same time, Tatum was the primary defender a lot of times on KD. Although you guys did have a lot of help, so. I don't know. I'm trying to give him some credit here, man. Like,
no, I just because I've always stood on this point. I don't think that every MVP candidate is a superstar. Like, and that has nothing to do with Tatum's performances in this playoffs. Obviously, I'm a Celtics fan, but I just think Lillard has been the MVP candidate, but I don't think Dame has ever been a superstar.
Oh, I disagree.
You think Dame was a superstar?
I'd say for sure, especially. I think it was the last year.
And what season?
Mistaken. 2019. Didn't he drop like 55 on Denver in the playoffs? That version of Dame, he was for sure a superstar to me that year. The year he went to the conference
he
final,
did go crazy.
The year he went to the conference finals, I say he was a superstar. I don't know. Maybe I'm just higher on Dame. But
Nah,
yeah.
then we might just have different definitions then, because Dame definitely went crazy. He had 55, but he also in what was it? Was it? I don't remember the closing game of that series though. Dame did not have it
Yeah, it was.
against Denver.
It was the year they went to
The
the conference finals. Yeah, he
the,
sold.
the closing game of the series, he did not have it, and those are just and that's I'm talking about. This is the 20. This is last year. You brought up the 55 against Denver.
Yeah,
After that, he kind of faded throughout the series, and I know it's hard to repeat a superhuman performance, but it's just like I honestly feel like there's levels to it. I've seen LeBron have a superhuman performance and then do it 2 more times in a row. I've seen Curry do it. I've seen Giannis do it. So that's why I feel like it's levels to it.
I think there's levels to superstar. That's what I mean. That's how I would put it. But like, I don't think that doesn't mean that. Like, for example, like, would you have considered Kyrie a superstar? Like when he was at
No.
like, yeah. See, I would personally. Like, I mean, like,
No, I don't think
I
of a
could see
superstar.
Kyrie spazzing like he did in 2016 and saying that's not a superstar. At least to me. I don't know.
It's just definition because he's obviously there's no way you could say they're not stars, but
Yeah.
I guess superstar for me is like a top 5, top 6 player. But I'm not trying to take away any credit from like the rest of the top 15 players.
Gotcha. But I do want to give some credit to Draymond Green. You know, really enjoyed the championship podcast. I have to say, man, 30-minute special. Man,
I ain't watched that shit yet.
it was great.
I should either. Couldn't bring myself to do it.
What was he saying? I know he was saying he was gonna go crazy.
Yeah, nah. I mean, Draymond's been going on a tear. Even podcasts aside, like the tweets that he's putting out, like all the trash. He had a shirt where he had like the 18.
Oh my god, I saw that bullshit.
Nope.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. He went crazy, bro. He was calling out KD because KD tweeted after game 1. He said something like, "This is a high level basketball being displayed." Didn't tweet again for the rest of the series.
Didn't he tweet
What
something about the
what-
energy shifting?
Yeah, energy shifting
Yeah.
Oh,
4X.
that original tweet wasn't even had nothing to do with him.
Draymond just wants smoke
Bro.
with everybody.
I
Wait,
think my
what did
favorite moment was they were down in the series, and CJ McCollum, he said ringless just like you, and then they go and win the series. Like that is to talk like that while you're down is crazy.
To talk
Let
like that,
Steph back it up.
points.
That's real crazy.
Put up 2 points.
Crazy.
What did Draymond say about KD?
Nah, he said because KD had that tweet, high level of basketball being displayed, and then Draymond after the series, he said extremely high level of basketball.
That nigga's a troll, bro.
Yeah, it's
Draymond.
but
Hey man, I respect it. You win a championship. You
Yeah.
win 4. Shit, nothing niggas could say.
and then Clay too. Didn't Clay said
Something about strength in numbers with Jaren Jackson.
That was so lame, bro.
That was
Yeah.
lame.
like
Draymond talking shit like that is cool, but Klay Thompson is because Klay won't do it when he's down.
so Clay brought up a Jaren tweet from the regular season and he brought it up after the finals.
Mhm.
If he brought it up
Yeah.
after his game 6 Clay performance against Memphis, that would have been one thing. But like,
he took it
That's just-
personal, bro. He took it personal.
and then
And then
after he stinks it up in game 6 of the finals and he gets petty.
Klay
Man.
Thompson is the most systematic athlete of all time. No other athlete in history of sports has benefited more from a system than Klay Thompson.
Bro, this nigga Clay was calling Jared too. Like, bro, come on. Like, it's not that serious. It's bad. Like, bro, he tweeted strength in numbers. You gonna call him a bum at the press conference a couple
He
months
called him
later?
a bum.
He's not even playing, bro. It's probably at the crib. Just
Like, bro,
it's just
Jaren
weird,
Jackson is
bro.
better than
It's
him.
weird activity.
Yeah, I can't wait till we start getting into these like player ranking type stuff. But yeah, nah, Klay Thompson. I'm happy for him, man. I'm gonna be the one guy not absolutely hating on him here. I'm happy after he came back from the injury that he's back, you know. But yeah, he's been,
Don't try and paint that narrative. Now we play haters now.
Because he's
Don't
not
try
even
and paint the
back. He
narrative.
just benefited from
This-
being with Steph Curry.
This man's trying to be on the right side of history. Stop
I'm
it.
just saying at least he's
Stop
playing,
it.
bro. And he's gonna be even better next year too. Watch out,
Oh
man.
yeah, for sure.
And then honestly, Golden State as a whole should be even better. I mean, we don't know about Wiseman, but he'll be back. We'll see what he looks like. Kuminga, only another year of development.
Moses Moody.
Moses
Y'all
Moody.
see the picture James Wiseman posted holding the trophy like that, and everyone's making fun of him for it.
Hey man, he put in that work.
I hope Wiseman has a good season next year.
Me too.
NBA Twitter likes to slander him because he ain't played yet.
Yeah, thanks. Let's see, y'all got what other points y'all got about this series, man?
My bonus topic was the pettiness of the big three, but we kind of already covered that. Other than Steph's wearing the Aisha can't cook shirt, but
Steph
covered
can
most of
say
the
or do
pettiness.
whatever he wants. Man. Like nobody can really touch him. He's
Bro.
reached untouchable level for me.
Can we talk about, like, let's really think about this. Game 4, the Warriors are down 2-1. Curry in the first quarter, when Curry was going crazy in Game 4 in the first quarter, he's talking all this shit. I'm sitting back like, why? This is crazy. Steph, you're down 2-1. You realize if y'all lose this game and you just spent the whole first quarter making all these shots, talking all this shit, and y'all lose, that's gonna be mad embarrassing. But I mean,
He wanted
it
to
didn't
ring
happen.
his finger, bro, at mid third quarter, bro. He wanted the ring.
he went 1, 2, 3, 4, I think.
Yeah, but it was over, bro. 22-3-2. That point it was over. That was front running.
Jalen and Horford almost brought it back in the third, but wasn't
And then
enough.
Ime decided to bench him.
Thank God for Jaylen Brown, man.
Nah,
I
but
will
that
say I do want to talk about that. I think Udoka had like a horrendous series. I thought his subs were very questionable,
Pritchard?
especially at the end of the series where Peyton Pritchard gets brought in with like 5 minutes left in the first quarter, and the score is 14-7. Boston is up, and then Pritchard gets brought in, and the Warriors spaz out on that run, and Pritchard didn't get taken out until it was 32-22. And Pritchard bricked, I think, 3 shots and got taken advantage of multiple times on defense. And I was
Wide
literally sitting there
open.
screaming
Wide
at my TV.
open.
Yeah.
I just don't know where all that Celtics depth that y'all were talking about was. I just didn't really see it personally. But
Who
Pritchard,
is
Derek
y'all?
White, and
Who is y'all? Wait, time out. Which one of us? Who said the Celtics had depth?
I just
Who said
remember.
that?
I just
probably
remember
the internet in general says
The
Boston
internet
has
in
depth.
general
I don't think anyone
No,
in here.
And the media
internet
said depth,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I always
The-
questioned the depth for this team.
The clowns who don't watch the team every day and just started in the playoffs, who think Grant Williams is a 15-point per game scorer,
Probably-
Peyton Pritchard is fucking Jason Kidd. This is not true. I don't know what games y'all were watching. This is not true. This is a fabrication. This is not how they play on the regular. Derek White, he needs to be in the fucking gym. The entire summer, layups and wide open threes. Bro, you have one job on the team, bro. You don't get played, bro. The entire playoffs, niggas wasn't even guarding Derek White, bro. He needs to be in the lab. There's no excuses, bro. He's getting paid like $25 million. And I don't understand what's happening. He's a defensive specialist. That's the only thing he could do.
And he wasn't even. I mean, it was Steph, but
He wasn't
even locking
doing
up.
anything. No, he wasn't.
I'm looking forward to those end of the season reviews for each player, John.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I thought I missed them.
Nah, the game was too late last night. I went to bed after the game.
That's funny.
Back to Pritchard and this fake depth they had, man. When that initial sub happened on that run, I was literally like, I felt like the game was over there just from the subs, and I was like, he's not gonna like Tatum could play 48 minutes tonight. Jaylen Brown could and should play 48 minutes tonight, and I mean, it was like they were getting benched over nothing. Al Horford had what, like 9 points in 4 minutes, and then he was on the bench after the Warriors came out. I couldn't believe my eyes watching that game.
Yeah, at least Al Horford played with some pride, man, because I did not see a lot of pride in that closeout
Al
game.
Horford and Time Lord were the only ones that had any pride there at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, Robert.
Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown.
Yeah, Jalen Brown, he was playing. Yeah, he played good, but like that was kind of never in question from Brown also.
Yeah. But yeah, Robert Williams had some ridiculous blocks, like chase down blocks where he was supposed to be nowhere near the play, and he's just coming from nowhere and just setting.
He's him.
I
He's
love Time
him.
Lord. I will say I thought he played great. One thing he needs to improve on is when the shot is already contested, you don't have to jump up and block it because or like try to block it because he'd try to block it, he'd miss, and then the Warriors would get a rebound right by the rim and put it back up. Like sometimes he's a little bit too aggressive to go block a shot, but you also can't be too mad when he has like 7 blocks that are all ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much else to say, man. No more slander coming from me. I've done enough talking.
I got a topic. What all-time players do y'all have ahead of Steph Curry?
Well, I don't really do the all-time list like that, but I'll say like just modern era wise, like really the only player I feel like you can definitively put over Steph is LeBron. And I would probably put Kobe Bryant above him as well, just because I think he was a little bit better. But that's an argument to be had, especially after what we saw from Curry in the finals. I think it's definitely an argument. I would still go Kobe, but anyone else modern era wise, I mean, I can't.
Duncan?
Steph. Duncan, I don't know, bro.
What is it?
Yeah,
Your modern era. What's your modern era?
Let's reword the question to that. How about
20,
best player of the 2000s?
Yeah, that's
Like obviously LeBron's number 1. I would
Yeah,
put
it's
Kobe
LeBron
at
number
2,
one.
but I think there's an argument for Steph. There really is. I would put Kobe at 2, but I think there's an argument.
yeah.
And I think I'd put Steph over Timmy D. I think I would.
Would too. I think I would. Yeah, I mean it's tough because obviously defensively Duncan's different, but offensive gap is also significant as well. So those accolades are looking similar. I don't know. It's a tough call. Carter, what about you?
I'd probably take LeBron, Kobe, Duncan, and then go Steph. Maybe KG's close.
Are we doing Shaq too?
Shaq. How much of Shaq's prime was in the 2000s? Like,
I mean, he had the three.
like yeah.
Repeat in the 2000s and the Heat.
I'll go Steph over Shaq. Shaq over
'Cause-
KG.
You know, I'm like you, Buckets. I don't really do the all-time list thing, but I was looking at just my all-time players and kind of tearing them up a little bit just for fun. And my goats would be just LeBron and MJ. But then tier 2, I had Kobe, Steph, Magic, Bird. Like I think he's legitimately in that territory of just
Sure.
untouchable all-time great.
Absolutely. Like I mean,
Hakeem.
if I had to try to evaluate Magic or Bird, I have no problem putting Steph over both of them. I'll just be
Mhm.
honest about that.
He is for me.
Yeah, which will make him the greatest point guard ever, which is
Which
very.
he is, and he has been since before this season too.
I would tend to agree as well.
Let me come out. I don't really know. I don't know where to rank Curry. He's obviously in the top 10. If you're talking about top players of 2000s, definitely got to go LeBron, Kobe, maybe Duncan. But then after that, it's Steph. Maybe Steph over Duncan. I can't put him over Kobe yet. Another championship, and I might, but I can't put him over Kobe yet. But being a top 3 player of the 2000s with LeBron and Kobe, who most people have in their top 5s, is insanity. So he's basically untouchable in his own class.
No cap. I think I probably should wrap it up here. I don't really know if we're probably good.
I wanted to talk about Magic versus Steph,
Oh, okay.
but I don't really care.
We'll all
that much.
agree.
Nah, I don't really care that much. But I do. I thought Magic. I still think Magic's better.
Oh,
Oh, you think so?
Steph clears.
But
Why would you
Yeah.
say? Why would you say that?
I think Magic accomplished more in his career, and I think he did everything that you want a top 5 player of all time to do. He scored when he needed to. He was clutch, best passer on the team, good defender, good rebounder. He's basically the first LeBron without the elite LeBron considered scoring.
Yeah, and his defense, I mean, I'm not like I'm watched like an extensive amount of footage, but his defense doesn't seem to be that good to be like at least where I would say like he's a
Oh yeah,
good,
no, I'm not saying he's super clamps. I'm not saying he's super clamps, but I think he definitely could use that to his advantage being 6'9".
yeah. That's true. That's true. But I mean, people want to like diminish Steph for the team that he had. We do have to acknowledge he did play with Kareem. Like, I mean, that definitely
And
helps.
the whole Showtime Lakers as a whole.
I didn't.
like,
I literally didn't bring up Steph's teammates at all.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying though. If you're looking at who Steph's playing with, Magic had a lot of support as well to win what he.
Yeah, but I wasn't making the argument that they're supporting cast because when you really look at it, when you really actually look at it, every championship team has to be elite. Like, there's no like I'm just really realizing this. Every championship team has to be elite. It's not so you're not really carrying a championship team all the way, if that makes sense.
Right.
You're going to have to get help throughout the way. So, and I don't want to. You don't. How do I say? You don't slander like a LeBron, a Magic, a Steph because Kyrie showed up, because Worthy showed up, because Clay showed up. That's just not what you do. The most consistent player, the best player throughout the tenure should be the person getting credit.
Yeah. I hear you on that, man, and appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Signing off. Peace.
Yeah. Winners work, baby. Winners work, baby. Outstanding, man.